And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years. So Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course.
None of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
still
a corporation. I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
We've got a wild courtroom session today featuring yet another sovereign citizen. This man is facing charges for siphoning off more than $60,000. And of course, he tries pulling out the usual sovereign script. But the judge in this case? She's absolutely hilarious and has no tolerance for his nonsense. Honestly, watching her shut him down is the best part. Tell me what you think of the judge's approach. And if you like content like this, remember to hit that like and subscribe. Let's jump right in.
So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So, Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course.
None of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. So
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
Can someone explain why sovereign citizens always rely on that all caps excuse? It makes zero sense. What exactly does a name being in capital letters prove? If anything, it just looks like they skimmed the internet for 5 minutes and grabbed the first fake loophole they could find. Honestly, if they're going to argue the court has no jurisdiction, I'd prefer they just not show up at all. At least then the court could skip the circus and focus on actual cases. What do you guys think? Does the all caps thing confuse you as much as it does me? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get back to it.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that if we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger-Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you. We have budgets. The court system is not a profit generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected. People who are victims of crimes are protected. And that's why we have all
in order for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case.
The victim would be the company.
You are charged.
I can't face
Actually, just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal, industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years.
Don't sovereign citizens almost always ask for a jury trial too? If that's what's happening here, this guy is in serious trouble. Every time I see one of them demand a jury, it's like watching a slow-motion disaster. It never ends well. Their bizarre beliefs just make the jury think they've lost their minds. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this man gets the full 15 years. At some point, the judge is going to lose patience, and the jury is bound to do the same. Do you think he stands even the slightest chance in front of a jury? Or is this destined to crash and burn? Let's check it out.
You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions. And a third party.
But their
can't stand
representative
it.
can. Yes, they can. Yes,
They
they
can?
can. Yes, they
Okay.
can. So I have 189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So
Yeah,
yes,
but
they
they're
can.
going-
Yes,
They're
you
going
can be
by
charged.
everything, all the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for fictitious.
Still a crime. Still a
corporations.
crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a fictitious
crime.
corporation, I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why
Okay.
you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all caps name is that.
That means nothing. That's not valid. It's
Okay.
not legal.
right.
So do you want to represent yourself or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing for Mr. Musgrove?
This guy really needs to stop with the crayon diet before his next appearance because the way he's going, he's easily looking at 10 years or more. Judges cannot stand sovereign citizens. And after seeing this play out, it's pretty obvious why. Every word out his mouth just digs the hole deeper. How many brain cells did you lose watching this? Because honestly, I feel a little dumber after sitting through it. At this rate, the judge might as well reserve him a permanent courtroom chair for all the chaos he's creating. But what do you think? Was he as ridiculous as he seemed to me? Or am I being too harsh? He wasn't the most outrageous sovereign citizen ever, but definitely not an easy one either. If you like this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Take care.